every time until you remember it, okay? It's supposed to be easy. And if you're struggling, that means you are either overthinking or misaligned. That's it. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to get into it. I realized yesterday I was talking about how we're here to be living proof of heaven on earth. And then as I was like talking about it on my live, we had like, you know, the riffraff, the males, some rando bots, you know, being mean, like being confused, sowing distraction and discord. And I'm like, wait a minute. Heaven is exclusive. Heaven isn't littered with everyone like earth is. Heaven isn't full of all the bad people. It isn't full of a bunch of Zionists and Jewish supremacists and racists and misogynists. It's not full of a bunch of like trolls who like, you know, just like there's people having brilliant, beautiful, powerful conversations. And then there's a bunch of trolls going like, show us your boobs. What? Hold up. Something's up. And I realized, oh my gosh, I think it's me. I think I have to, I got to make this place a little bit more exclusive. So now you can only engage in the live chat if you have been subscribed for 10 minutes, and we will up that time period if need be. Because yeah, like, wait a minute. This is supposed to be easy for me. And it's actually super fun to like turn on my camera and go on whenever. The like part that makes it not easy, where I struggle, is like having to deal with like comments, negative comments that are like real time. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. And so, okay, this is really interesting. So let me give you the definition of struggling, all right? Striving to achieve or attain something in the face of difficulty or resistance, or make a forceful or violent efforts to get free of restraint or constriction, okay? So I loved the striving to achieve or attain something in the face of difficulty or resistance. So I'm out here trying to give a message, deliver a powerful, brilliant, genius message that is going to be so helpful. It's going to free you. It's going to heal you. And it's going to delight you, right? But I'm out here, you know, striving to achieve that goal in the face of difficulty or resistance, which are these trolls who be like, you know, rude and confused and distracting in the chat. But it's actually supposed to be easy. And it's easier to limit access to me rather than to struggle with how to respond to the trolls. But I actually realized outside earlier that I'm used to, when I speak publicly, I'm used to it being poorly received. I'm used to people either being like, what are you talking about? Or like, shut up. Or like, you're annoying. Or like, oh, stop talking. Talk about something else. Or otherwise being mean or rude or something. Ooh. I definitely grew up in a family that kind of was like, okay, kind of like didn't take me seriously. And I have just been in lots of situations where I'm like, I don't want them to like see that it hurts my feelings that they don't see me, or they find me annoying, or they're otherwise making me feel bad for speaking. So I'm just going to like put on a brave face and I'm going to endure it. I'm going to struggle through it. But now I'm like, wait a minute. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? It's actually easier to limit access to me and to make this exclusive. I've told myself, I'm attached to a story maybe, that I'm supposed to struggle, that like I have to endure difficulty or resistance when I'm trying to achieve something. But actually, like, I don't. And when I am struggling, it means I'm misaligned. So the struggle is evidence that I'm like off track or I'm overthinking. So I've been using that like, with just simple things like ordering delivery or something, ordering food. Sometimes I'll be like, ooh, what do I want? I don't know. And like, what if I get this and then I'll be like, wait a minute, this is supposed to be easy. What do I want? Then it's much easier. Then I just pick whatever. And I realize like, if it's not right, if it's not the right order, if it isn't as good as I think it's going to be, like, that's okay. It's supposed to be easy. I'm supposed to get whatever experience I'm supposed to get out of it. And it's supposed to be easy. So me struggling, I'm off. I'm overthinking it. Let me pause. Let me just pick something. And then it's so much easier. Oh, I love it. Okay. So yeah. Only people who've been subscribed for like 10 minutes can chat live with me. I'm used to being treated poorly when I express publicly, so I was allowing that into my space. I was making this space less comfortable and heavenly for me simply because I was kind of used to tolerating people who are kind of mean to me, people who are flippant, people who, are just not my ideal people. But if you know, we're on a new timeline. I don't have to tolerate that at all. And actually the universe is trying to reflect back to me. If it's not easy, if you're having a struggle in this process, let go of the stuff that is causing that struggle, causing the resistance, the difficulty. So yeah, letting Billy know about that. And, he put the restrictions on and it's so much easier. I feel so much better. I can really get my stuff out. Because the universe was like, girl, you're going to be getting a lot more, I want to call in more subscribers, more views, more influence. But the universe is like, girl, I'm not going to give that to you until you stop letting just anyone in your space. You can't just be hanging out with the riffraff. You can't just be letting the peanut gallery say whatever they want, act however they want. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I love that for me. Love the energy of the space already. It just feels so much better. And yeah. So easier to limit access to me rather than struggle with how to respond to weirdos. Okay, another thing. There was this girl who I used to hook up with. And she had a tattoo that said like something that was like nothing without struggle. And I remember like seeing that and I was like, why would you like get that tattooed on your body? Why would you claim that? Why would you like write the rule since this is all made up? Why would you agree to a rule that says you can achieve nothing of value without first struggling for it? Why would we fetishize struggle like that? Why would we fetishize facing difficulty or resistance before we achieve anything of value? That's crazy. Obviously, someone or a thought system that doesn't want us to thrive or heal or be in our power would want us to ascribe to a reality where we can only achieve things by struggling. And when you think about it, do people like Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, do you think they ascribe to that? Do you think they're telling Baron Trump, their children, that like you will achieve nothing without struggle? Or do you think they're telling them you can have whatever you want easily, snap your fingers and it's yours? Anyone who's like being mean to you, no, we'll get them out of their space. They don't matter. No, you don't have to deal with that. But they got us poors over here being like, no, nothing without struggle. We have to, what do they call like women's right to vote? Suffrage. They're getting everybody else struggle for freedom. And it's like, what if I don't have to do that? What if it's easier? And they don't want us to realize that. And so evidence of the struggle, the force against the difficulty, is evidence that I'm misaligned. And it's supposed to be easier. And so, yeah, that's in jobs, relationships, moment to moment. I used to, like, when I was working my 9 to 5, which I had for like 11 years, towards like in the first, like, I would say like 7 years, like sometimes I would wake up and I would just be like, having a panic attack almost. And I would just be like dreading it. And I would be so like, oh my gosh, I'm like not going to be able to get this done. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get fired. And I would like tell my like mom that, or, my family that. And she would be like, just relax. It's fine. Like she would, like be like, just, go through a simple, day, just like calm down, just make a list of what you have to get done. And, she would do that like one day, and then I would be fine the next day. But no one was ever like, do you want to quit? Maybe maybe that's not for them to ask. It was for me to ask myself. Everyone like expected me to cope with the struggle, to like, and like they would kind of make fun of me for struggling with it, for being like having difficulty with it. Whereas I think a lot of people are like, nah, you just like go and you do it and it sucks and you just like go along with it. And like, that I struggled so much with it is actually the proof that I was misaligned. I was doing something that wasn't aligned with me. Because now, oh my gosh, everything's so easy. Everything's so like, I'm right exactly where I'm supposed to be at every moment. It's so beautiful. And so like, I know a lot of us were taught though that we're supposed to struggle. So we stay in jobs, in relationships, in habits, mindsets, communities where we have to struggle, where everything is a struggle. It's a struggle to communicate. It's a struggle to feel safe. It's a struggle to feel good. It's a struggle to feel clear, to think clearly. It's a struggle to wake up in the morning, to have enough energy to make it through a day. If it's a struggle, babe, you're misaligned. You're off track. If it's easy, there you go. That's the sweet spot. We're supposed to be on easy street. When we're in a place that's not for us, the universe is going to like turn up the heat. They're going to keep showing you that like, this is not for you. You're going to have to keep struggling through it until you're like, wait, hold up. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe the reason I'm struggling so much is because I'm misaligned. I'm doing it wrong. I'm in the wrong space. I'm doing the wrong job. I was just thinking about how like this one time back when I like first lived with roommates and I had just gotten out of college, and like I hadn't cooked for myself before, and I was going to make like a tuna casserole. And so I had a can of tuna and I was like trying to open it, and with a can opener, and it like was not opening. I had to like put like a knife in it and then like do the thing, and it was like getting like tuna juice all on the counter and stuff. And my roommate came in and was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm trying to open this tuna. She's like, is it upside down? And I was like, and I turned it upside down, and then, it was able to open regularly. Now, I then had an idea that struggle was just part of the process. And so when I was struggling, I was like, well, I guess it's just hard to open this fucking can of tuna. Rather than realizing like, no, it's supposed to be easy. The struggle is evidence that you're doing it wrong, or you're misaligned, or you're overthinking it. If I'd have just turned it upside down, I'd have been like, oh, easy. And so yeah, with jobs, with relationships, with day-to-day things, if you're like struggling through it, that might be evidence that you're off track, babe. That might be evidence that like you're overthinking it. Wait. So yeah, I guess there could be moments in the day when you're like, oh, am I doing like, what am I supposed to be doing? You're like making lists compulsively in your head and marking off things and, making calculations in your head. It's supposed to be easy. I think maybe you might have to be, supposed to just like go outside. Listen to the trees for a second. check back in with yourself. Check back in with source. It's supposed to be easy. So if you're struggling, thumbs up, thumbs off. The struggle is the evidence that, like, no. Don't be like that girl that I broke up with because she joined the U.S. Navy at like 28 years old in the middle of an act of genocide. But anyway, she also, her dumbass also had a tattoo that said, nothing without struggle. And she actually had a life that reflected that back to her. Everything she got required struggle. It required her to face this difficulty, to face this resistance. Because she agreed. She set the rules, but it was nothing without struggle. And yeah, so here we are here to change the rules. And the new rule is it's supposed to be easy. And if you're struggling, it's evidence that you're off track, babe. Take a breath. Take a beat. What's easy? Is it easy to just breathe for a moment? Is it easy to just pause? That's what you're supposed to do. Do that in every given moment, every now moment. And you're going to find everything is actually much easier than we've been taught. We're supposed to be having a much easier time of this than we've been taught. And so it's going to be really easy to unlearn that, though. So get you, if you do subliminals and robotic affirmations, keep at it. If you haven't started it yet, start. I love High Frequency Guru. I also love cutie meditations, but you know, there's lots of apps you can make your own, but like, I just, you know, I want it to be easy. So I'm like, wow, there are these people who already make these really high quality, neuroscience, you know, researched and whatnot, subliminals. So you can already like reprogram your mind with repetition and subliminals and things so that these new stories, these new rules are easy. They're automatic. It's just like breathing. It's instinctual. It's intuitive. Okay? So yeah, it's supposed to be easy, my loves. So make it easy for you. Look in your day-to-day, you know, this week, this weekend, like where does struggle start to come up and how can you cultivate more ease? Me and BB are going to Mexico tomorrow and we're going to pack tonight and it's going to be easy. Like we've got like a quick 4-day trip where we're going to be wearing like bikinis and, you know, tiny things. So I don't have to like worry about, oh God, it's supposed to be easy. I'm supposed to be going on a fun, relaxing vacation. So that's going to guide me. The ease. When I struggle, I'm going to be like, wait, no, that's not right. That's unnecessary. That's taking me off track. All right. That's all I got to say. If you made it this far and you resonated and you want to join the collective, give me a subscribe, babe. Give me a like, definitely. Let me know how this resonated with you and put in the comments like an emoji of, dang, what was I just thinking of? I just had one and I was like, no, that's weird. And then I stopped thinking of it. Okay. You know that emoji where it's like, where it's like the wind, like blowing, like it's like a person's face blowing. Do that one. Because it's supposed to be like easy. I don't know why. I spent a lot of time today outside, just like sitting outside, like in like, I kind of live in, it feels like a forest where I live. It's just like all these beautiful shade trees and like the sun was shining through, the wind was going through the trees. So there were no like mosquitoes or anything. And it was just like, perfect. Heaven on earth. Oh my gosh. It was so beautiful. I loved it. So yeah, man, this feels so much better. I'm so glad I fixed the chat because like, oh girl, I did not like that before. I did not like the energy that was coming in here. And I want this to be a safe space for me, first and foremost, but also for women and girls and non-men. So yeah, I feel like we're doing it already. I love that. All right. Bring your forehead up against the screen, okay? I love you so much. And this is all made up. All right? And if you're struggling, it's evidence that you're out of alignment, okay? So pause, reassess. What's going to make it easy? A couple breaths, a pause, relaxing, going to take a nap, thinking about something else. Go do that. All right. Love you guys. I'm going to talk to you later, okay? Oh, great job, love. Thank you, baby. I love you so much. Yeah, take notes. Those are the type of comments and feedback I'm looking for. And if I'm not getting that, save it. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. All right. I love you. Salam. Ooh, next time we talk, I'm going to be in Mexico. I love it. All right. Salam. Yalla, bye, babies.